Alright, hey everybody, how are you doing? Yesterday I went ahead and uploaded a non-spoiler review for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And today, this is going to be something different. I'm going to do a one-take, basically, not necessarily review, this is going to be a spoiler discussion. And, well, what do I want to say first? I gotta say, what a horrible, wasted opportunity with Snoke. So for those who don't know, Kylo Ren kills Snoke in this movie. He cuts him in half. And well, with me, I wanted to know so much more about Snoke. A lot of the shit that happens in this movie, you would expect to happen in the final, in like the 9th movie, not in this movie. And another really big thing happened, another really big thing that happened in this movie is, well, Luke Skywalker dies as well. And, a lot of people may be taken off guard by that, and as a matter of fact, right now I think it stands at a 56% for the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. And that is saying something. And I'm thinking that the fans are getting mad with how much stuff that this movie pushed. And unfortunately, as much as I loved this movie, there were I won't lie, there are a couple missed opportunities with a lot of the characters, especially with Snoke and, as I said, Luke Skywalker. And, well, at least the way Luke Skywalker died was satisfying. He wasn't killed by Kylo Ren or anything like that. He basically gave himself up to the Force, and he became one with the Force. Now he's basically like how Yoda was, and now he's like how Obi-Wan Kenobi was when they both died. And you know what? That's another really big thing. Yoda is in this movie. He appears as a ghost. He appears as a ghost or as an apparition later when Luke is getting ready to burn like this Jedi temple filled with all the sacred books and texts of the Jedi ways. And what happens is Yoda comes up to him and he's just like, yeah, go ahead, burn it. I mean, you've read all the books. I mean, you should be fine. And then when Luke hesitates, Yoda goes ahead and summons like a lightning bolt that strikes the temple and it starts to burn on fire, and it's all sorts of like, wow. And we also learn a lot more about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren was obviously, yes, an apprentice to Luke, and that's what we already knew. But what we didn't know was how Kylo Ren actually turned. At first, we believe it's just that Kylo was evil, and he just rebelled against Luke. But then it's revealed that Luke tried to kill Kylo in Kylo's sleep. But then Kylo defended himself, and in the process went ahead and burnt the Jedi Temple and killed all the people that didn't join him. But then we find out the true story, which is that Luke saw darkness rising inside Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo, as he actually is. And it turns out that when Luke was going there to kill Kylo Ren, it wasn't to like actually, how do I say it? It was to stop the evil from getting out, because he didn't want it to pass on. He wanted to stop the darkness before it happened, and this is a movie that has a ton of balls, because it goes ahead and says the Jedi sucks. Because let's think about it. The Jedi led to the creation of Anakin Skywalker, who became Darth Vader. The Emperor was underneath their thumbs the entire time. No one knew it. They also led to the creation of Kylo Ren, and in this movie, it has the balls to just straight up say, the Jedi suck at what they do. And in the trailer, when Luke Skywalker says it's time for the Jedi to end, that's just basically him saying he's lost hope, and that's before he actually does get his hope back. That's before he actually does become one with the Force again. And then we find out that Rey is incredibly powerful, and that she is now the next Jedi, and that the Jedi will always live on. And that's another thing. So with the Finn storyline that I talked about in the non-spoiler review, his storyline is he has to find this code breaker to basically get through the shields of like the First Order's like Imperial ship or whatever they called it, and they have to be able to get through undetected. And while they go to this casino planet, the casino planet is really bland. And while they're there, they go ahead and they free these animals, and then we get a message about animal cruelty. And well, one of these kids there that is basically kind of like a slave, and he has to take care of the animals. He's given like this ring by Finn's friend Rose. And Rose is a part of the rebellion, as is Finn. And later, at I think it's the ending shot of the movie, the guy, this little kid, comes out and he's supposed to be mopping the floors. He uses the Force to grab the mop, and then he looks at the ring, and it's the rebellion. And then we see the rebellion starship fly like light speed through the sky, and it's that they're setting up a lot in this. This movie did a lot, and that's another thing I want to talk about is the Force. It added new things to the Force. So whenever people think of the Force, they think, okay, some of the, like if you're a Sith, you can shoot lightning out of your hands, which Snoke can do, at least kinda. Or you can like Force choke someone, you can like blast someone away, you can summon things to you, you can lift up rocks. There's actually a joke about lifting up rocks in this movie. And well, in this movie, there's an entirely different thing. We got a little hint in The Empire Strikes Back that the Force connection, like there's a Force connection. And well, before I get into that, actually let me tell you about this. Leia has the Force. Because there's a part where she is on the brink of death, and she's floating in space. Basically, the room she was in on this spaceship was blown apart. But when she's in space, she uses the Force to summon herself back to the ship, and she's let back into the ship. And that was cool. And well, when I'm talking about Force connection is that in The Empire Strikes Back, we went ahead and we got a little bit of a hint that Leia had the Force. And there's a connection in the Force. Because she knew that Luke was at Cloud City, and, well, how the heck did she know that? How? Well, that's the thing, is that she has the Force, and there's a strong Force connection. Not only that, Kylo Ren and Rey also have these types of Force connections. So, what I mean by Force connection is, as well, you can enter into this, like, so let's say if you and I have the Force, you and I are connected, and I could right now project myself into your environment, and you could project yourself into my environment. We could touch each other. We would be able to pick up things around us. You'd be able to pick up that horrible Christmas tree that I made when I was 6 years old. And I might be able to pick up a book that's maybe to your right, or maybe pick up a video game that might be to your left or behind you. You understand my point. And in this movie, we also get a lot of different things with the Force, as in you can project yourself and like create a mirage of yourself. And that's what happens as well. At the end of the movie, when we think the rebellion is just gone, we think that the rebellion is going to die, Luke Skywalker shows up. And he is there to fight Kylo Ren. And well, Kylo, so mad, doesn't realize that Luke Skywalker is stalling. And well, then it's revealed that Luke Skywalker isn't actually there at all. Luke Skywalker is back on the island where he was trying to train Rey. And that he's on that island, and he projected himself right to where this fight between Kylo Ren, the Rebellion, and all of these like other First Order forces are. And it's really, really fun. It's really interesting. And as a matter of fact, that is actually what basically kills Luke. He used the Force in such a way that it basically brought him to the brink of death. But he did die in a peaceful way, and it was very reminiscent of A New Hope, when Luke is just staring at the sun, and the sun's like orange rays and light rays are just on him, and we hear that beautiful John Williams music. It was so damn good. And it was very touching. I almost shed a tear, I won't lie. And then, because of the fact he used the Force in such a way, he was able to tap into the Force that to the point where he ended up giving his own life to the Force. Now he is one with the Force. And I was really happy with that. Now, a lot of people are probably pissed about this because the Force hasn't been used this way before. And a lot of Star Wars fans might actually be very mad at the fact that it was used in this way. And I don't know what to tell you, but with me, I really liked the changes and I really liked the risks that this movie took. And let me think, is there anything else that I really want to talk about? Maybe aside from the fact that Kylo Ren and Rey, I'm not saying they're going to get together, but I wouldn't be surprised if they team up. Because, well, in this, they actually do team up for an action scene. Right after Kylo Ren kills Snoke, after Snoke tells Kylo Ren to kill Rey, Snoke goes ahead, turns this lightsaber towards Snoke without Snoke being able to detect it and all that, and Snoke basically gets sliced in half by the lightsaber. And, well, after that, these guards that are supposed to be protecting Snoke charge at them, and then Rey and Kylo Ren fight together on the same team. And I wouldn't be surprised if later Kylo Ren actually does become a good guy, but right now I don't know if that would actually be the case, because Kylo Ren actually does become a lot more mean-spirited after the death of Snoke. And I don't think it's because of the fact that he liked Snoke or anything. I think it's because of the fact that that is what pushed him over the dark side, killing somebody that he truly despised, truly hated, truly just wanted out of the way. And I think that Kylo Ren is easily one of the best villains of the past couple of years. I say probably one of the best villains since, like, Loki from the Avengers, or not Loki from the Avengers, Loki from maybe Thor, or maybe like Heath Ledger's Joker from The Dark Knight. And I gotta say, my bad. The Star Wars Episode VIII, The Last Jedi, is an extremely well-made movie, and it had a lot of balls, and it did stuff that I didn't think was done. And that's another thing. Princess Leia, I know I said that she had the Force, but she doesn't die in this movie, which really takes me by surprise, because the late Carrie Fisher, rest in peace, she isn't going to be... They're not going to bring her back to life in... They already said that they're not going to bring her back to life with CGI in the 9th movie like they did with Tarkin in Rogue One. And, I don't know how the heck they're going to be able to make it so that way. Leia isn't in Episode 9. Maybe aside from in the opening scroll, it says something like, Princess Leia has died, or maybe we'll have like the intel that maybe she's on a base or in a ship or something like that, and maybe the base will get blown up or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that, but final thoughts on the movie. Star Wars Episode VIII is a very great Star Wars movie. Right now, I say it's the best since The Empire Strikes Back. And I am very, very happy to see this movie succeed. For me, at least. And, well, there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the movie as much as I did. I'm sure I'm going to go see that movie a second time. And, well, yeah. My name is Brendan Bromley, and I'll see you next time.